Incredible! Unbelievable!
Save! And Spark are champions!
Good on, Pepe! Goal! It doesn't get any better than that! Hello everyone, welcome to the Game of Frame live stream. I'm Josh Pratt and we're down at St John's Belson Stadium for Osnes against American Soccer Club in the National Premier Soccer League. We're approaching the business end of the season, and if we have a look at our table, it could not be tighter. Just 5 points separates top from bottom. Every team in the division has dropped a fair number of points. And to give you an idea of just how close the level has been, only 2 games out of 15 in the North Conference have been decided by a margin of more than a goal. So 13 of 15 games have been draws or wins by single goal margins. It's been captivating from start to finish. The hosts, Osner, have fallen on the foul side of those thin margins, sometimes in heartbreaking fashion in their past 3 games. In each of the last 3 games they've led. In fact, they've led 5 times in the past 3 games, and yet they've had a single point to show for that. They had back-to-back games against Shockers. The first one, they were leading until quite late, and then they conceded a 94th minute goal that resulted in a loss. And then a few days later, they played Shockers again. We're leading 2-0 with 5 minutes to play, and conceded 2 in that one to come away with a point. And then their most recent game against American Soccer Club a week ago, they led twice, Lazard and Cherry on target, but American Soccer Club fought back to get their 3 points. So for Osnes, it's not been a question of lacking quality. They've had plenty of goals. It's just been a question of game management and holding on to their leads. But even now, they still could get themselves near the top of the table in the remaining games. They would almost certainly have to win out. But for American Soccer Club, things are looking much more up. They've won their last 2 games back-to-back. The first win in club history came on the final day of May against New Haven. Brian Saramago with that stunning lob from closer to the centre circle than penalty area, delivering those 3 points. Then they came here last weekend and fought back from behind twice to win 3-2. And if they can win today, they have got a very realistic path to finishing top of the division. Their final 4 games after today will be against all the teams above them. If they win out, that would guarantee them effectively finishing top spot, but even dropping a few points in there, they could still finish top of the pack, especially with how fluid the results have been between all the teams in this division. American Soccer Club have just made their way out into the field. They're going to be in the white, Osner's in their orange. This is the 3rd time these 2 teams have met. So last week, as I mentioned, but also on the opening day of the NPSL season, they met. That was Osner's only win of the campaign. 2 goals either side at half-time, off of brilliant crosses and tidy finishes. And Osnes, of course, originally a Brooklyn-based club. They have deep Haitian roots, a lot of Haitian talent. The one you should watch for most of all is their front man, Mish Nader Cherry, who has scored 5 of Osnes' last 6 league goals. And he's had a few spells professionally, most recently playing for Vietnam team Hai Phong FC. Before that, though, he's playing in the USL Championship for Oakland Roots. And then Violet AC in the Haitian Pro League. So he's got some true pedigree, and he is certainly educated. Plenty of NPSL defences this season on his calibre as a player. Looks like we are on course for a 7 p.m. kickoff. And it's another surprisingly cool summer evening in the middle of June. We're sitting about 60 degrees. Some light rain, must confess, has made me feel more like I'm home in England than in America. But not entirely unwelcome, I think, for the players to not have to fight the heat. We have an expected starting 11 for Osnes. Gouli, Elian will be in goal. In front of him, Abdelhak and Kolo. Marvin Mondesir at left back, Diao at right back, Duhamel in the number 6, Lucien and Guzman in front of him. So it's a trio midfield. On the right wing, Mish, Nader Cherry, the danger man. On the left wing, Science Pierre. And leading the line, Waltz Lizard. I should mention, Lizard has scored in both the previous meetings this season between Osnes and American Soccer Club. And we know our starters for American Soccer Club. We'll just have to wait to see exactly how they're going to line up. But we know we're going to have Callum Hunt in goal. Expecting we'll probably have a centre-back pair of Jorge Niato and Luke Yates, the Sheffield Academy product. Nicholas Wilson in there as well, so maybe a back three. Alberto Nieto I'd expect to have on the right side. And then Jonathan Salguero, probably left wing back. In the midfield, we'll see exactly how this lines up, but perhaps Matthias Adamak, Watson and Pinto, and then a front three I would expect will be Juan Gomez, Christopher Morandi and Aidan Cole, but we'll see. A few of the regular starters not in the 11 today. Jose Mejia's on the bench, Brian Saramago, American Soccer Club's top scorer, on the bench, as well as Ricard Morel, who's
number 77, Edgar Guzman.
Shown a very good partnership when he's been up front with Saramago.
Elian. Number 18, Marvin Mondesir. Number 13, Mish Schneider Cherry. Number 8, Duhamel Mimi. Number 90, Mamadou Diao. Number 3, Mason Kolo. Number 21, Serge Anthony Lucien. Number 7, Watts Landy Leazar. Number 25, Sila Abdahak. And number 20, Silnik Pierre. Good luck, fellas. Please stand for the national anthem.
Matthias Adamak will wear that armband for American Soccer Club, as has been often been the case, and Mimi Duhamel wearing the armband for Osnes, as well as sporting the orange headband as well.
Okay, talk with them then, please. Yep. Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Johnny.
Right, it's now or never for Osnes to turn around their season. They've so painfully thrown away 3 leads in the last 3 games. They know they've got the quality to get victory, but they've got to see it out. They're approaching the terminal point if they can't win today. Mishnada Cherry will kick us off here. And Roth, Cherry gets us underway. Osner's looking to revitalise their season. American Soccer Club looking to make it 3 wins on the bounce as they chase the top of the table, which will be within their reach if they can win tonight. Here's Cherry with an early touch. He's certainly going to be the man American Soccer Club have to watch most closely. Former USL Championship player. He gives out to Diao. Looks to whip it in. Not a convincing clearance by Luke Yates, but he got away with it. Callum Hunt will arrange the ball forwards. Pinto with a little flick on. Pinto, a really important creative player for American Soccer Club. When he is in top gear, he breaks the line so often with penetrating passes. Crunching tackle by Adamak. Cherry, who looks like he's actually going to start down the centre with Lizard on the right side and Pierre on the left. That front 3 has almost all the goals between them for Osnes this season. 8 out of Osnes 9. Clever dummy to leave it to Duhamel. Wilson watching Cherry closely. Hunter again going direct. Giving it straight back to Osnes. Alberto Nieto coming in behind Pierre and conceding the free kick. So if I look at American Soccer Club's shape, how they started, it appears to be loosely a 4-4-2, certainly a back 4 with Yates and Wilson in the middle, Alberto Nieto right back and his twin Jorge Nieto the left back. Appears to be Adamak and Salguero sitting in front of them, with then Pinto and Gomez on the wider side as midfielders, but maybe a box midfield, and then Morandi and Kolb up front. That's a good ball. Lizard has his first run forwards, looking inside. Wilson deals with it very calmly. Brought down by Colo. Hamel. Osner's having most of the ball in these opening minutes. One back by Pinto. Good step by Colo. They got caught in 2 minds and pickpocketed by Pinto. Colby lost his purchase on the ball, and then a little bit of afters on Mondesir. Towering header by Alberto Nieto, who for much this season has played in a further advanced position. Nieto on that right side. When they've played the 3-5-2, it's given him a lot more licence to get into the final third, and he's so dangerous, creates a lot of chances, does not lack the confidence in the 1v1 situations, and has a reliable delivery. So a bit of a short crossfield ball by Mondesir, well intercepted by Morandi. Jorge Nieto, who's also spent much of the season himself playing at centre-back. So he'll get a bit more licence to go forward at least himself. Has a brilliant diagonal ball on him, Jorge Nieto. Mondesir. Wilson Brave. Clever footwork by Lucien in the middle. Dayal tried to force the pass to Guzman, didn't pay off, and now Dayal has left a little bit of a gap here for Morandi to exploit. They'll go out for a throw-in right by the corner flag. Colby. It's a physical target man, and he drew in the foul by Dow, who is rather taken the bait there. Needless free kick. Good crossing position for American Soccer Club. We should get plenty of goals this evening. Neither side has kept a clean sheet. American Soccer Club have not failed to score this season, and Osnes have only failed to score themselves on one occasion. Jonathan Salguero is going to hit an outswinger here with the free kick. Underwhelming ball. Yates dinks it on the right side. Alberto Nieto back into the mixer. Colo was leaning on the side. It comes here to Pinto. Snatched to the chance. It was a good one. Leant back as he hit it well over the crossbar. Really should have hit the target and more. First sight of goal in the game for either side. That was a clattering knock in the back of Pinto, and Dial's going to go into the book. To be fair to him, all his eyes were on the ball, but the way he's come in the back of Pinto is quite dangerous. You can see Pinto's holding the back of his head. I think he got it in the back and the back of the head. So if more concern is the back of the head. Like I say, I haven't concussed myself 10 days ago in a Bowery League game of all places. You do not want to mess around with head injuries. Actually, excuse me, it was Gomez who got clattered from behind there, not Pinto. It's another decent crossing position. For American Soccer Club, Salguero will take it once again. See if he can beat the first man this time. All the big guns up for American Soccer Club. Here comes the delivery. Behind the pack. Wilson was able to get a foot in it, but very difficult chance. Elian. Again, his distribution too short, and Osnes are playing themselves a little bit into trouble at the moment. Salguero. Diao, and that's a long time as well for Diao at right back to play on a yellow card. Good step by Adamak. It finds Colby. Couldn't get it under his spell. He won't give up on the ball, and he keeps it alive for American Soccer Club. Adamak. Pierre with interception, and Cherry is offside. Looked a couple of feet off. Hunt with the crossfield ball, and there was a tussle between Diao and Colby. Elian booting it forward. Lizard testing Jorge Nieto. Cleared it out. Looks like it's just going to be a throw in by that corner flag. Diao's going to go for the long throw. Actually, he's bulleted it down on the ground. Adamak dealt with it decently enough. Or Jorge Nieto even did, excuse me. That ball stayed in. Morandi. Pinto. Gomez, well played out by American Soccer Club. Gomez is going to drive it cross-field. Colby with the flick on. Well read by Abdelhak. Cherry. Well marshalled by Wilson, but he's thrown that in quickly. Yates kept his wits about him. That was a high foot by Pierre, and we're going to see a second yellow card inside the first 15 minutes for Osnes. Again, nothing too intentional about it, but can't argue that it was not dangerous play. High foot. Thankfully didn't catch Alberto Nieto too considerably. Hunt drives it forwards. Colby flicking on, searching towards Morandi. Elian always the favourite to get that. Lizard. That's a bit of a hospital ball. Gomez looks to surge in. Gomez! Colby was sneaking to that near post. Elian didn't get a lot on that ball. Just about enough to keep it away from Colby. And now down the other end, Pierre has given Nieto the slip. Cherry tamed for in the middle. He's searching towards Cherry. Big shout by Hunt. He spilt it. Guzman! 1-0 Osnes! Guzman pouches on the error. And Osnes lead just past the 15-minute mark. A horrible moment for Callum Hunt. Couldn't keep it to himself. And Guzman drilled it low. No chance to stop him on the rebound. This is now the 6th time Osnes have led in their past 4 games, including this one. They have not held on to a league successfully in a single one of those games. Can they do it tonight? If they do, new life is breathed into the season. It's Guzman's first goal of the season. A lightning break by Osnes. And that is the constant threat with the pace they have in that front line. And it felt like it was only seconds earlier that America's Soccer Club almost had a chance down the other end. They are looking for Cherry. It's a good ball by Yates. I looked initially, but Morandi couldn't quite judge the bounce. That was Osner's 10th goal of the season. Cherry, who's had half of the 10 goals this campaign. Lizard, that's well worked. Guzman, Cherry. They out. Diamo couldn't keep a hold of it. Morandi and Cherry with a take no prisoners tackle. Got all the ball though. Yates. Salguero. Showed a little bit too much to Guzman. And we're going to get a change here very early for Osnes. And a few of the Osnes players are actually complaining to the bench about this change. I'm not sure why the substitution has been made. Maybe because Dayal was on the yellow, but his night is over, shy of 20 minutes. We'll get a look at who's come on in a second. Mondesir has come on. Kevin Mondesir. Cherry got absolutely clattered there. Kevin Mondesir will restart play. Alien. Clearly going long. Sherry dropped deep, but his touch a little heavy. Colby. I think his intended target was Alberto Nieto, but Pinto couldn't get out of the way. Guzman. Pierre, heavy with his first touch.
You gotta yell louder, you get the call.
There's one back by Matthias Adamak, who then got clattered by Pierre, who's got to be a little careful on the yellow card. And the referee is urging some caution by him. They are on the far side. Is sounded quite unhappy to have been subbed off 20 minutes in. Everyone back for Osnes. Gomez swings it in. Wilson was on the prowl. Abdel Haq got there first and he got clattered from behind, and it's the third yellow card in the game, first for American Soccer Club. But guys, whilst we have this delay, a reminder, this Game of Frame broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic, who have made the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag. The air case blocks odour using antimicrobial technology, making for smell-free car rides and apartments. And they're offering the Game of Frame community a 10% discount if you scan the QR code. You can get that 10% off, just add an air case to your bag. Big thank you to Salt for supporting Game of Frame in the 24-25 season. Big leap by Adamak. And then by Dohamo, skipper to skipper. Want to stay a little loose with this touch. Gomez. Nieto. Miss hit the pass.
Right there, please. Yep, right there. It's okay. Right there.
Osnes have had most of the ball so far. In terms of chance distribution, it's been very equal. That was loose by Pinto. Guzman, and Lizard is through. He can double the lead. Lizard! He has. It's 2-0 to Osnes. A golden 5 minutes for the host. Lizard scores for a third time against American Soccer Club. As soon as he was through, was there any doubt? As cool as they come with the finish. And Osnes have shell-shocked American Soccer Club these first 25 minutes. Lizard loves playing against the Long Islanders. He's now scored in each of the 3 contests between them. Well, it's certainly not an unassailable lead for American Soccer Club to come back from, especially with how much Osnes have struggled to keep their leads But they've got a challenge on here, and I think one thing's for sure, they cannot afford American Soccer Club to concede the next goal. Salguero hooking it forwards. Colby, excellent hold-up play. Pinto driving forwards. But Colo covering really well. Pinto battling for it. Wilson. Colby with a little touch. Abdelhak sticking to him. Salguero got pulled down by Lizard, who was appealing for a free kick for Guzman. Wilson. Pinto couldn't bring it down. And Wilson clattered into the back of Guzman. And that's another player who has to be careful now on a yellow. And the referee's going to have a look talking to with Nicholas Wilson. Abdelhak will drill it crossfield towards Lizard. He heads it down. Sherry couldn't get it under his spell. Pinto down the channel. The race is on. Colby's got plenty of pace. He's got Morandi in the middle. Colo closing the passing lane well. Colby couldn't keep it in. The referee urging Elian to take that free kick a little quicker. Cherry with a commanding header. Lizard and Nieto racing for it. Lizard, you can see why he's so hard to catch. Shredded Nieto for pace there. Guzman tried to buy himself a free kick. Referee not interested that time. Morandi. He's done well, Morandi, but Colby believed he was offside. Wilson. Back to Hunt. Floodlights just starting to boot up here as the rain starts to come down too at St John's. Lucian searching towards Lizard. And Hunt came off his line, and Lizard is going to add his name to the book. I think he might have got Hunt right where it hurts there. Perhaps it was a little bit lower. Might have gone right on the shin. We've got lots more action coming up on Game of Frame next week, everyone. In the middle of the week on Tuesday, we've got a huge promotion playoff game between New York International and Lara Soccer Club. The winner of that will go to the APSL Metropolitan Division. We're going to have the Rough Riders against New Jersey Copa in USL 2 on Wednesday evening. And then we're going to have more APSL North action on Saturday. Jackson Lions against Westchester Predators, 7 p.m. If you didn't watch Jackson Lions game yesterday against Motown, it was the most exciting 0-0 you could imagine. 3 penalties that were missed. I'm not joking there. In one half, 3 penalties missed among a flurry of other chances. Ended up being 0-0. We're also going to have the APSL national finals. We haven't got those listed on our graphic yet because we're still just waiting to hear the final 4 draw. But the semi-finals for that will be on Saturday, and then the final will be midday on Sunday. Osnes are going to be forced to make their second change of the half. Abdul Haq couldn't continue. He was struggling with injury. It appears Hamill has gone back into the defensive line. Rain is just starting to come down a little heavier here in Queens. Guzman. And Lizard. It's a good turn. He's going to switch it. It's Hernandez who has come on. He's going to be in the number 6 position for Osnes. Lucien. Just ran out of space to turn into. They did manage to win a throw-in. Bartonietto with the clearance. Send it right back where it came from. Kervin Mondesir. Lizard. Couldn't find a teammate. Salguero. During the foul. Take it quickly. Gomez. Bartonietto. Wilson dwelt on the ball too long. Pierre. Cherry. It's a good ball out to Mondesir. Osnes have been very good in these first 33 minutes of the half.
You gotta yell louder, right? Don't forget the yellow card.
Hernandez. Colo. To Hamill. Mondesir. Guzman didn't connect properly on the pass. Well, Coach Fitzgerald has certainly got plenty of assets to bring on off the bench. None more prominent than club captain Brian Saramago, the top scorer of the season. And he has formed a very useful partnership with Richie Morel. And the referee's going to give another yellow card. And I have to say, I think that was pretty harsh, because Pinto's foot really wasn't high. Studs slightly raised. I just wonder if some of the yellows the referee has already given has cornered him a little bit with the precedent of having quite a low bar for the yellow cards now. That looked more like a warning to me, honestly, than a yellow. Duhamel sends it up, bounced around Guzman, nearly connecting. Jorge Nieto doing well. Hernandez. And Colo will give that all the way back to Elian. Adamak, heavy with the header, and then threw his head in again. And he's hooked the ball into Morandi. Morandi, pass one, helps it inside, and the flag has gone up. Oh no, actually, sorry, no, the referee has put Colo in the book for impeding Morandi. Referee waited to see if there was an advantage. Really good burst forward by Morandi. I believe that's yellow card number 5 in the game. American Soccer Club haven't done a lot with the free kicks in these positions so far. I believe this is Morandi's first one he's going to take though. See what he can conjure up. Whipped in, that's an interesting ball. Pinto and Colby rather got in the way of each other there. Pinto was stretching. I just wonder if he would have been better off leaving that to Colby. It's a good position. Yates with a big shout and a big header. Look at that for a nutmeg by Gomez. Weaving past their own shirts. But Sherry didn't give up on the ball. And we're going to see more changes. Pinto is going to be replaced. And Colby too. Looks like it's Richie Morel who's come on at centre forwards. And Mejia is in the centre midfield. It's very interesting. Both sides have made a pair of subs in this first half. Mondesi. That ball's cut out by Nieto. Salguero, he does well. And confirming it is Richie Morel who's on. Pierre is down in a heap. The referee is going to continue playing though. That pass was just behind Gomez. Mejia. Morel. Just about keeps it. Nieto. He resets it. And the referee is going to give attention to Pierre, who's still rolling around on the floor midway in American Soccer Club's half. I must confess, I didn't see what exactly happened there. I just wonder if he really is hurt here, Pierre. That left ankle might have stepped funnily on it. And Osnes may have to make a third substitution here. in this first half, remarkably. Looks like Pierre really is in some trouble. It looks like what he's holding is that ankle. I wonder if he just rolled it as he tussled for the ball. The games do come quick, thick and fast in the NPSL season. And you can see tempo is punishing. There's activity on Osner's bench. I think this is going to be the end of Pierre's evening. He's limping off very gingerly. They've withheld making a change just yet, Osnes. I wonder if they're going to see if he can walk this off. For now, the hosts down to 10. Yates drives it across field. Really well dealt with by Mondesir. And Pierre is going to come back on. Let's see if he can carry on. Just a few minutes before the half-time whistle. Here's Cherry, who was looking for a respective long-range strike. Salguero came in behind, and he's off. It's a massive decision by the referee. Jonathan Salguero has been sent off. And I think once again it's very heavy-handed by the referee. You have to watch it back slowly. Looked like a clumsy tackle. Obviously the referee's judged his stunts have been off the ground. And that was a potential ankle breaker. Again, watching it in real time, it's hard to judge, but on first sight to me, that looked very harsh indeed. And now someone on the Osnes bench is making his case. Well, that has made a difficult task for American Soccer Club. Close to impossible, unless Osnes at some point go down to 10. 2 goals down and a man down now. You can see American Soccer Club's bench exploded with rage at that decision. He certainly lunged in, Salguero, but the big question is how high was that foot? No hesitation by the referee, who, to be fair to him, was well positioned. Cherry is going to limp off. He was unwinding for a lob there, Cherry, as he was tackled. Well, I tell you what, that's certainly something I'm going to watch at half-time myself to try and get an idea of if that was the right call or not. Osnes, as I've kept on saying, sorry to beat a dead horse, but their last 3 games they've led 5 times, 5 separate occasions, and yet have taken a single point from those 3 games. But now with this lead and with this situation, a man up, it's hard to imagine they could walk away without victory at this point. But who knows, football can be a strange game. It's whipped in. Hunt gathers. And Yates unfortunately got poleaxed in the collisions there. From an Osnes perspective, you're certainly going to be very careful with your tackles now. Also with a couple of their players on yellows. Yates is going to need some attention. We're going to get a fair chunk of stoppage time. Well, if this result holds, Osnes are going to leapfrog American Soccer Club. They're going to go into 4th place on 8 points. The rest of the table started like this. Shockers on 10 and New Haven on 10, both having played 7 games. Osnes would then be 2 points behind them, having played 10. Hertford City are on 9, but they've only played 5 started today, so they are the front runners with those games in hand. Each of those games in hand will be against tonight's contestants. In fact, Osnes will play 2 against Hertford themselves. American Soccer Club still have 1 more to go against them. Yates back on his feet. Cherry. Mondesir. Lizard. Cherry is holding his knees at the moment. He's not looking very happy. Osnes won't want to risk in. They do have players warming up actively on the bench, and Cherry has taken a sit down, and this might be it for him. Referee is going to allow play to go on. 10 versus 10 at the moment. Nieto, hopeful ball up to Adamak. And Lucien will kick it out so Cherry can get some attention. It was he who got clattered by Salguero in that tackle that resulted in a straight red. Well, if you're Osnes, do you risk your star man, continue playing him with this 2-0 lead? We'll draw him now, tempt fate. I think they are going to make the change here. Hopefully. Nothing too serious for Cherry. He's such a joy to watch, but his evening curtailed early this evening. And Osnes are going to have to make their 3rd change in this first half. Cherry's got his shirt over his head. And American Soccer Club are not going to kick this ball back to Osnes, despite the fact they kicked out, and that's going to add to the heat of this game. And heating up it is. This Juan Panigua, who's come on in centre forwards for Cherry. Big shoes to fill. In the 6th or 7th minute now of stoppage time, but I imagine with all the delays we're going to get another 3 or so. Colo hoofing it clear. Wilson's going to have to keep his wits about him. And Panigua was hot on his heels. If Osnes can find a third before the half-time whistle, that will surely put this game to bed at the interval. It's already been a calamitous first half for American Soccer Club. 2-0 down and a man down. Pierre. Mondesir. Guzman keeping it for Osnes really well. Lizard. That's a good header by Yates. Mejia playing out of the danger. By Nieto. Mejia, clever little back heel. You can see so much harder now for American Soccer Club with the man disadvantage. That's an awful kick by Hunt. Yates getting another knock on the head, but not a free kick. Panigua looking to win himself a corner kick, unsuccessful. Hunt clearing the lines. Colo. Kevin Mondesir, that's an interesting ball. Panigua was looking for the space in behind. Well placed by Hunt. Yates. It's just hit and hope. American Soccer Club, and that's the end of a dream first half for Osnes FC and a horrible one for American Soccer Club. They're 2-0 down, and Jonathan Salguero sent off controversially, straight red. Again, I'm sure you've all watched back the tackle already. I'm going to half-time, but on first glance, to be fair, from quite some distance, watching it at real speed, it looked to me quite a harsh red. The referee judging it was dangerous play, giving a straight red. To be fair, Schneider Cherry, who was the recipient of the tackle, went off injured shortly afterwards. But American Soccer Club, with nothing short of a mountain to climb to rescue anything out of this contest. Osnes looking like they will get their second victory of the season and their second victory against American Soccer Club. Don't go now, guys. We'll be back shortly with the second half.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University, and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards, so I know that they're together, and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings, and it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer, and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game & Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Chavez tries to go through the legs of Richmond. Richmond stuffs him down. And through three! Through, my goodness! Nutmeg after nutmeg for the captain.
Aim towards finding the second goal of the match. Nika gets the back ball. Nika swerves past three defenders. He finds the shot from Afif, and they find that goal that they were looking for. Afif scores a 2-1 lead for Red Hook FC. What a move there by Mika once again to create an opening for his team.
Thompson turns that clearance into a pass. Lovely footwork from Bailey Hill.
And what's Nicky? What a ball that is, and Jack Stainrod has brought it down. He might be in here. Jack Stainrod, 2! Give him a sight of goal and he will bite your hand off. It was a sensational ball by Jacob Woznicki. And once Jack Stainrod was in behind, was there any doubt as to the outcome?
Another drive here for Cedar Stars rush denied by the Staten Island Monarchs. As Jaheim Foston stares back at his opponent, having out-dribbled him first. Foston putting on a show. This is starting to look like street soccer now.
And still now everyone hacking at it, chopping at it. Ridge Robinson, he lunges forward, he comes up with the ball, he goes for the shot! And he goes for the goal. My goodness, a hat trick here for the captain.
Anderson brought down, back up on his feet. Anderson, oh, beautiful move, he's still going! Jaganjor Yangbi. Yangbi shows off some pace behind Oberuk. Yangbi could be one-on-one. McGovern comes over. Yangbi screws it. Espinosa 1-0. Yangbi a debut assist, and Espinosa has his 7th goal of the season. He has the last 2 goals overall for Richmond, and they get the counter going like they did last week against a team that has much more possession than them, and they've scored to open up the match and make it 1-0.
As now Matthew Heath puts his ball into the air. Good first touch by Olivier Karbovnik. Karbovnik
somehow sambas his way past a trio of Monarchs.
Solomon's able to turn, and he finds Nelson Reynoso, who whips in. What a ball that is! Equaliser for Met Oval! A peach of a cross by Nelson Reynoso! And applying the finish, Bolt Hazard Saunders with precision. And look at the fans, I want to meet to them. And the referee's getting the start done. That's a lovely pirouette by Pardini. Hello everyone, welcome back to St John's Belston Stadium. Coach Fitzgerald has made another change, no surprises. Brian Saramago is on, top scorer. What we will have to see is the shape American Soccer Club have chosen to go with, given they are down to 10. And actually, you know, I watched back at half-time that red card. On first glance, I thought it was harsh, but on second review, to me, I can see why the referee gave that. Salguero did lunge into that tackle. I think he had his eyes on the ball, but he lunged. It looked as if from the angle we had, he went through Cherry's ankle. And I can see why the referee judged that to be reckless, dangerous play. Saramago gives it to Morel, who's going to go for a long-range shot. Well, I'd say it's crazy, but we saw Gianna Pauls do exactly that 3 weeks ago on Game and Frame, on an even longer pitch. So both sides have now made 3 changes. Osner's making 3 in the first half, 2 due to injury, 1 not quite sure, might have been because the right back Deal was on a yellow, and Coach Rizzo didn't want to risk it. Set down to Guzman, who got the first goal. Here's one of the subs who came on for the injured Cherry. Paniagua floats it towards the far post. Morandi got a first header and then fired back in, very hopefully, by Marvin Mondesir. Definitely it's a change of shape for American Soccer Club. We'll just try and get to grips with it in a sec. Here's Morales touching back towards Saramago. That partnership was key to American Soccer Club's first ever victory against New Haven. So I'm just wondering here if American Soccer Club have gone to a back 3. Yates has been withdrawn. I think that's who came off for Saramago. So it might be a 3-4-2 for American Soccer Club in the second half. They've got to play more aggressively. So they look to close this 2-goal lead. You would imagine their best route back is if Osnes get themselves a red, and they do have 3 on a yellow. Certainly, American Soccer Club can't afford to concede the next goal. Wilson got a little fortunate there. Clever by Gomez. Lucien searching towards Lizard, who scored his 3rd goal against American Soccer Club this season in that first half. Dancing feet by Mejia. By Nieto. Back to Cordova, who's come on in goal for Callum Hunt. One note of hope for American Soccer Club is Osnes have not succeeded in keeping a clean sheet this season. Morandi. Saramago. Yeah, gifting it to Gomez, who couldn't bring it down, but back in with American Soccer Club. Decent start to the half by the 10 men. Mejia. Morandi. Saramago. It's a good switch. Gomez can drive here at Mondesir. 3 options in the area. Mejia. Cleared out by Duhamel. And with this more positive shape for American Soccer Club. The obvious danger, goes without saying, is the lightning break by Osnes. Both their goals coming off of counter-attacks. Although now stripped of Cherry, who was injured in that tackle that saw Jonathan Salguero get a straight red. Mejia. Morandi couldn't get a first touch on the ball. Marvin Mondesir venturing down the flank. Alberto Nieto containing him. Saramago with a flick on. He's a brilliant aerial player, Saramago. Lizard. Niagara. Pierre. There's a poor touch by Lucien. I think Pierre a little unfortunate to have that called against him. Saramago touched it into Morel. Back to Brian Saramago, who's going to go for the loft. His last goal in a white shirt came from further out than that, but this time not on target. The American Soccer Club can take some encouragement from their start. I think besides the red cards, it wasn't particularly good performance by the visitors. Not a terrible one, but there wasn't a strong rhythm in their play. They were too open defensively. Both goals conceded when they were 11v11. Colo, Saramago headed it on towards Gomez. Back well by Morandi. This Osnes defence is looking a little bit nervy at the start of this half. And Mondesir has given away a bit of a cheap free kick. Came off of his hand as he looked to bring it down. And this is in very good shooting range here for American Soccer Club. Gomez and Morel standing over the ball, 5 in Elian's wall. It's Morel, well over the crossbar. Disappointing effort. But I think Coach Fitzgerald will be very pleased with how his team has played so far in this half. They needed to make some changes, and notwithstanding being a man down, they've taken this game to Osnes, but there's big gaps being left at the back. Pierre's going to look to exploit it and put the nail in the coffin. Pierre, it's a titanic tackle by Jorge Nieto to keep the visitors in the contest. Pierre hesitated and then looked to tease it across the far post. They're queuing up for the tap-in, but Nieto bet it all and won. Pierre will swing in the corner, headed out on the near post. Alberto Nieto. Pierre once again. Guzman was looking to trickle it in at that far post. Paniagua wasn't far away from a finishing touch. Osnes are going to make a fourth change. It looks like it will be Pierre to be taken off. The referee is going to try and hurry him on his way. Crunching tackle by Mondesir. And the newcomer, Justin Rodriguez for Osnes. Rain is continuing to miss down here. Rodriguez hunted down by Mejia. But then Guzman taking it off of Mejia. Guzman coming into the area. Mejia got a touch on it and it was just enough to help Wilson. Corner kick for Osnes. Mejia had to be very careful with that tackle coming in behind Edgar Guzman. Will be whipped in, and a clever flick at the near post. By Kervin Mondesir. Or Lizard even, excuse me. Touched inside. Morel. Saramago. Gomez. Good tracking back by Lucien. Rodriguez can bring it forward. Adamak. Tenacious to win it back. Held in towards Lucien, who gets the flick on. Panagia was coming off from a offside position. Nieto running it long. Gomez. Saramago. Wilson. Searching for the feet of Morandi. Couldn't find them. Hail married up to Mondesir. Rodriguez with a poor pass to Lucien. Jorge Nieto. Lucian felt he should have had that thrown. Morel. Did really well to keep fighting for that ball. Thrown for American Soccer Club. We approach the hour mark. The 10 men bravely trying to fight their way back into the contest. Alberto Nieto. Wilson. Nieto. This has just ran out of space to play with. Alien again hurling it towards Mondesir and finding him with it. An earring accuracy. Rodriguez. Nieto hoofing it clear, and that's a wayward bad pass for a second. It looked, well, the quickest man to react was Guli Alien. Two white shirts thought they had it for a second. Morel, he's turned to Hamill, and he's going to put his name in the book. Can't have any complaints about that. Half-hearted appeals for American Soccer Club for a straight red, which I don't think there really could be an interpretation to support that. And they're arguing that it was a last man, but that'd be extraordinarily harsh. Adamak. Morel. Rain is coming down heavier here. Lucian's down in a heap. Rodriguez. Edgar. It's a lovely touch. Rodriguez. Izard. Jorge Nieto again in the right place, the right time. And he's going to win the free kick. Well done by Jorge Nieto. Lucian is still down, right by the corner of his own penalty area. Well, whilst we have this break, guys, let me remind you, this broadcast is sponsored by Salt Athletic, who have made the world's most advanced plate bag. The air case uses antimicrobial technology to block odour. It magnetically seals and makes for smell-free car rides and apartments. And they're offering the Game and Frame community a 10% discount. Just scan the QR code and you'll get 10% off all Salt Athletic gear. Big thank you to them for supporting the Game of Frame broadcast and indeed supporting Game of Frame throughout the 24-25 season. This could be quite a costly evening for Osnes in terms of the injury bench. Abdelhak and Cherry already had to limp off, and now it's Lucian who's in trouble. And Coach Chorizo's just got 2 outfield subs left, I believe. He's already made 4 changes. Lucian's going to limp off. Well, for all American soccer clubs' hard work, it's still 2-0 Osnes. And how much have the visitors expended, excuse me, from the gas tank, playing the man down, trying to attack. They need a moment of inspiration or a bit of luck to get themselves a foothold. Lucian recovered. Rodriguez. Mondesi on the overlap. Here's Marvin. That's a teasing ball. But Wilson well positioned. Adamak. He's going to look to start the break. Too much on that pass from Morel. Elian hurls it out to Kervin Mondesi. The tackle's flying in. Gua getting the give and go. And Gua will surge forward, looking to switch it. It's Lucy, and I'm not sure whether he was trying to shoot. I think he more likely was trying to help that onto Rodriguez. There's an overload on that far side. In the end, it came off his shin. It was an awkward height, to be fair to him. Wilson, that's an awful ball. Paniagua. Hernandez. Good step by Wilson that time. Duhamel. Plucked out of the air by Morel. He's held off the attentions and he's found Morandi looking back inside. Not enough on that pass for Saramago. But the gaps are there in Osner's defence at times, even with the man advantage. And if American Soccer Club can just find that one goal, the nerves will be jangling for Osnes, having surrendered leads 5 times in the past 3 games. Adamak. He wouldn't set down for him. Back again with Mejia. Boy Nieto. Morandi. Lucian with the tackle. Coach Fitzgerald has another player warming up on the bench. Wilson. It's a good ball. Saramago looking for a very clever flick. Hard to pull off. Adamak. Not a good enough ball to Mejia. And Alberto Nieto. Okay, so what are you going to do? This? Sure. We're going to get another change here for American Soccer Club. Not just yet. Morandi waited for the ball. Mondesi didn't. He's tackled by Jorge Nieto. Or Alberto Nieto, excuse me. Another change coming here for American Soccer Club. Morandi has been withdrawn. Looks to me like it's either Wagner or Watson who's come on. I'll get a look at the number in a second. That's the defender, maybe to allow Alberto Nieto to push further up the field. Adamak winning that first header. Intercepted by Guzman. Lucian's down again. It was Tommy Wagner who's come on for American Soccer Club. Here's Lizard even, down to the byline. Wilson heading it out. Adamak helping it on. Gomez. Wayward touch by Osnes. And then Saramago is going to look to snatch it. Here's Morel there. This might be a chance. That touch too heavy by Morel. A couple of incidents going on that far side. Rain is continuing to come down, almost misting down. Okay, we'll restart with a throw in for American Soccer Club. Held in. Nieto towards the far post. Saramago! Tips round the post. Elian hasn't had too much to do tonight, but that's a massive save with 18 minutes left. Saramago a whisker away from giving American Soccer Club a serious foothold back in the game. Can the 10 men do it? They're giving it their all. Gomez towards the far post. Headed back on the edge. Hoy Nieto caught that decently. Adamak. Nieto. There's a loose first touch. Lizard takes it. Adamak with a really important interception. Alberto Nieto. Gomez dancing feet. But tried to take on one too many players. He got brought down by Duhamel, who pleads in innocence. Shooting range this. About 30 yards out, very centrally positioned. It would be something special to beat Alien from here, but not undoable. Looks to me like Alberto Nieto will take this. 4 in Elian's wall. Nieto caught it decently! American Soccer Club are back in it! Surely not! Surely the 10 men can't pull off the great escape! But belief is kindled. Alberto Nieto with a bullet of belief. It's 2-1, 15 minutes left here. And Osnes, who have given away leads 5 times in the last 3 games, are in real danger of doing so again when they have been in total control here with the scoreboard and the man advantage. But American Soccer Club have refused to take no for an answer. They've taken the game to their hosts in the second half, even with a man down. And there's a real chance here now for the Long Islanders. So well struck by Alberto Nieto. His first goal of the season. Do not turn off your TV sets, ladies and gentlemen. We might be in for a Grand Slam finale. And that would totally shift the mentality potentially of this game. And American Soccer Club are coming forwards again, wind in their sail. Brian Saramago towards the far post. Gomez couldn't get it under his spell. It's kept alive. Gomez again. We're back to Nieto, Mejia. Gomez. Driven across the 6-yard box. Easy for Elian. Mondesit direct towards Paniagua. Hernandez gives it to Kevin Mondesit. American Soccer Club continue their record of scoring in every single NPSL game this season. It's 11 goals in 6 games now. Guzman adding his name to a bulging referee notebook. American Soccer Club have got time here. They don't need to rush. They've got 13 minutes to find another goal. Cordova drives it up. Alberto Nieto with the flick on. Duhamel didn't want to take any chances. Osner's on the back foot. Held in. Sorry guys, just post. Apologise for the technical difficulty, guys. We've taken on a lot of water. Last 20 minutes on our cables. That's going to be swung in towards the far post. Bouncing around. Partially cleared. Set back in towards me here, headed out by Mondesit. Jorge Nieto, seeing his name in the stars, but that was very wasteful. Mejia. Winning that header. Approaching the final 10 minutes. American Soccer Club down to 10 men in the second half. 2-0 down, but they've fought like their namesake, the fighting Tomcats. They brought it back to a 1-goal margin, courtesy of a brilliant Alberto Nieto free kick. Referee will blow here. Mondesi. Kolo. Nabi. A free kick for American Soccer Club. Oh, actually a throw-in, excuse me. Maybe a free kick for American Soccer Club in a good crossing position here. Driven in, headed clear partially. Boy, Nieto pops it down the channel. Saramago keeps it in, he's done well. Saramago sent in with pace, it's Morel. Wasn't the easiest touch to get right. And he couldn't bring it down. Adamak, the captain's header. Lizard. Mondesi. Hernandez. Lizard. Boy, Nieto meeting it. Back in with Osnes. They just need to try and take some of the heat out of this. Osnes managed the game now. That was a late tackle on Lizard. And a head collision for both players, and trainers being waved over. Foul's been given to Osnes, but I think actually it's the American Soccer player who's come off the worst for wear in that head-to-head. Lucien will swing this ball in. Osnes, understandably, not pushing forwards a lot of numbers. They're 5 minutes away from their first victory in the NPSL since May 4th. And that came away against the American Soccer Club. I'm not sure why the referee has been having that being taken again. Nieto misjudged that. Rodriguez held onto the ball too long, but he's kept a hold of it. Mondesir has the shot, caught that really well. Part laces, part outside the foot. Cordova with the springing save. Referee, corner for this corner to be taken, and Osnes is going to try and keep it in the corner temporarily. Lucien now brings it out, strikes across the face of goal, headed clear by Wagner, who has been a stoppage time saviour for American Soccer Club once this season. Wagner got their first ever point in club history. Here comes Saramago across the 6-yard box. Too much on it for Morel, wasn't far away, really good ball. Alberto Nieto, heavy with his touch. There's a good tackle by Duhamel. Mejia. Jorge Nieto. Oh, Gomez even, back to Jorge Nieto. Mejia. It's a poor pass. Lizard surging onto it. There'll be some very tired American Soccer Club legs, having played so much this game down to 10. Saramago. He'll get a free kick. Time is ticking now for American Soccer Club. I imagine we'll get a considerable bit of stoppage time. 2 of the regular remaining. Lizard. Too much on that pass for Rodriguez. Alberto Nieto. Saramago. It's a good switch. Juan Gomez. Taking on Mondesir. Gomez floats it towards the far post. Colo with the header. Duhamel helps it on. And then that will be a free kick. Adamak coming in behind Lucien. Elian. Gomez. Lucien with the tackle. Adamak, that was a high foot by Lucien. The referee is going to draw a yellow card, and that's the second for Lucien. I think, let's just see, nope. I must confess at this point, you can't blame me, I've lost track of who's on a yellow and who isn't. And now Lucien is on the ground. Train is being waved on. But guys, whilst we have this delay, let me remind you we've got much more action coming up on Game and Frame Next week, Tuesday night, promotion playoff final between New York International and Leros Soccer Club to get into the American Premier Soccer League. Massive game. And then Wednesday night, we've got plenty of action. Pick of the bunch, Long Island Rough Riders against Copa, 6 p.m. live from Mitchell Field Complex. And then we're going to have the Jackson Lions against Predators in the Keystone East Conference of the NPSL on Saturday night. And much, much more action coming up. You can see some of the events on our YouTube channel. And also we're going to have our full schedule on Instagram. Lucien is going to be withdrawn. And I believe it's Aragon Christian, the last outfield sub, who's come on. Floated in. Alien took a massive gamble and almost flapped to that ball, but it was effective. Jorge Nieto drives it up. Gomez. Forced back. Acosta's come on for American Soccer Club by the looks of it. That might have come off of a hand. I think it did, you know. It was outside the area. Referee judging accidental. Mejia. Morel trying to touch it back to Mejia. Cleared out. Acosta is going to charge towards the ball. He came on for Wilson. Fortunately, there's not a fourth official aboard here, so not sure exactly how much stoppage time there is. Big leap by Mondesir. I imagine we're going to have at least 4 minutes. Can the 10 men complete the improbable comeback? Well, Nieto draws up. Mondesir, I think Lizardi even howling for a free kick. Referee not interested. Hoofed forwards. Well dealt with by Mejia. Adamak helps it on. Watson. Or Wagner even, excuse me. Saramago. That's a clever ball. Alberto Nieto, the white shirt steaming into the area. Nieto towards the near post. Rebounds back. Headed passing clear. And Elian gratefully clutches it to his chest. A hair-raising moment inside the 6-yard box. Osnes clinging on to the lead by their fingernails. Nieto went for pure power with the 6-yard box delivery. Gomez draws in the touch. Throws it quickly. Morel. Osner's going to look to break. Nieto reading the first one. Osner's going to look for a break again. The flag would stay down for Rodriguez, but the pass too heavy. Rodriguez was coming from inside his own half. 3 minutes of stoppage time have been played. Aragon. Oh, look at that for a touch by Mondesir. Guzman, who started the scoring a long time ago. That was a very poor tackle by Gomez. He's going to go in the book. I think perhaps letting a bit of frustration out there on Gomez. Well, it's been another thoroughly entertaining game in the NPSL North Atlantic Division. All of them have come down to the wire, almost without exception. It looks like it's going to be Osnes who are going to cling on to this lead and move themselves to within 3 points of the top of the table. That pass sent straight down the middle. It takes a couple of ricochets. Paniagua. Corner kick. He'll happily take that. Oh, clock on the stadium scoreboard has frozen on 93 minutes. Osner surely just going to try and keep this in the corner and kill whatever precious time remains in this game. There'll be a throw-in for American Soccer Club. Osner's not particularly successful with the time wasting there. Can American Soccer Club fashion out one last chance? That's a loose pass. Morel. Heavy with his touch. Lizard. At the moment, his goal is going to be the decisive one. Unless Alberto Nieto. What's he got left in the legs? He finds Saramago. Saramago. There wasn't enough numbers in the box. It wasn't a terrible cross, but no one had really gambled. Rodriguez. Lizard is onside. Paniagua is in the middle. They're sent in towards Paniagua, who couldn't apply the finishing touch with the goal gaping. Don't think it's going to matter with the time left. The American Soccer Club can salvage a late equaliser. That was the moment to seal the 3 points. That's been lost. Guzman sends the ball right back where it came from. Cordova, now or never for American Soccer Club. Drilled up straight through the middle. Flicked on. And Elian will gather it on the second attempt. Eight minutes has been played now of stoppage time. Still we go on. Lizard. He's going to take this towards the corner flag prudently. And wins the throw-in for Osnes. So the linesman is saying we've got 2 minutes remaining of the allotted stoppage time. Lizard, no one at that far post. Cordova thought about coming for it. Decided not to. Paniagua. Good launch. In the jump by Jorge Nieto. Colo. The flag is going to go up on the far side. About 90 seconds, I imagine, remaining of the allotted time. Cordova. Flicked on. Morel looking to prowl. Cleared out by Colo. It's going to be an American Soccer Club throw-in deep inside Osner's half. It's got to get into the penalty area. And it is. It's going to be a Hail Mary here. Towards the near post, flicked on. Alien gathers, and that is probably that. And perhaps more. Brilliant kick by Alien. Lizard can seal the deal for Osnes. Lizard too heavy with his touch. Cordova keeps the American Soccer Club just about in the contest. Acosta Nieto. Tired legs. He couldn't get the pass right. Lizard down. And that's that. Osnes with their first victory since May 4th in the NPSL. Their 2 goals in the first half. Enough to see them over the finish line. American Soccer Club went down to 10 right before the halftime break. They fought so bravely in that second period. Alberto Nieto gave them something to chase with 15 minutes left. But Osner's clinging on. And they moved to within touching distance of the top of the table. All their remaining games against the top 3. It's not beyond question for them to still finish top of the heap. They've still got a lot of work to do. But this was a now or never moment for Osnes in their season. They've got the victory. 2 moments of real quality in the first half by the Haitians has seen them over the line. And this captivating NPSL season continues. We're heading into the final third. It's all to play for. Well, guys, don't go nowhere. So we can get ourselves a post-match interview with someone from Osnes FC.
My name is Osner Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The salt air case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house, so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game and Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
Chavez tries to go through the legs of Richmond. Richmond stuffs him down. And through 3! Through, my goodness! Nutmeg after nutmeg for the captain.
Aim towards finding the second goal of the match. Nika gets the back ball. Nika swears past 3 defenders. He finds the shot from Afif, and they find that goal that they were looking for. Afif scores a 2-1 lead for Red Hook FC.
Chavez tries to go through the legs of Richmond. Richmond stuffs him down. And through 3! Through, my goodness! Nutmeg after nutmeg for the captain.
Aim towards finding the second goal of the match. Nika gets the back ball. Nika swears past 3 defenders. He finds the shot from Afif, and they find that goal that they were looking for. Afif scores a 2-1 lead for Red Hook FC. What a move there by Nika once again to create an opening for his team.
Thompson turns that clearance into a pass. Lovely footwork from Bailey Hill.
And what's Nicky? What a ball that is, and Jack Stainrod has brought it down. He might be in here. Jack Stainrod, 2. Give him a sight of goal and he will bite your hand off. It was a sensational ball by Jacob Woznicki. And once Jack Stainrod was in behind, was there any doubt as to the outcome?
Another drive here for Cedar Stars. Rush denied by the Staten Island Monarchs as Jaheim Foston stares back at his opponent, having out-dribbled him first. Foston putting on a show. This is starting to look like street soccer now.
And still now everyone hacking at it, chopping at it. Ridge Robinson, he lunges forward, he comes up with the ball, he goes for the shot! And he goes for the goal. My goodness, a hat trick here for the captain.
Anderson brought down, back up on his feet. Anderson, oh, beautiful move. He's still going. Jaganjor Yangbi. Yangbi shows off some pace behind Oberuk. Yangbi.
Hey guys, I'm here with the goal scorer, Edgar Guzman. Congratulations on the win. Firstly, last 3 games you guys have led, you've done so much right, but then the final moments, it's come undone. How much does it mean to you to see it over the line and get the win this evening?
So, how's everybody doing? Thank God every time. I thank God every time for everything that's going on. I mean, I'm glad today we got the 3 points. We hustled it out. It was a little struggle towards the end, but happy with the boys, happy with the team to get these 3 points back and keep moving.
Talk me through your goal. It came back to you. What was going through your head?
I was like, this is going in. This is going in for sure. I've had multiple opportunities that I don't get to the ball, but this time I was like, I'm going for it, and it's going in.
You guys went into halftime in the commanding position, 2 goals up. You put in a good display in that first half as a team. You obviously had the man advantage as well. What was the halftime team talk for you guys in that second period?
Well, we were just in the locker room, getting a little couple of tactics in with the coach, everything, boss man. But now at the end, we talked it all out. We're like, hey, we got to get through this game, no matter what happens, and we just got to go on and get the 3 points.
You guys have got that win. 3 games left in the season, all against teams above you in the table, which obviously gives the opportunity potentially to finish top of the pile still if you win out. Does it feel like the victory tonight could be a turning point in the season?
This is the turning point right here. We got 3 more games, 9 points coming in.
All right. Edgar, well done. Good goal. Well played.
Appreciate it.
Get some rest. And we've got Coach Christian Terizo. Coach, good to see you again. Yeah. Firstly, how are the nerves? That must have been a nerve-wracking final 5 minutes.
Well, it's been like that for the last couple of games, where we can't seem to close the game. So I try to keep my cool. I don't want to pass on that energy to the players. If I keep my cool, I believe that we could close out the games. Last couple of games have been very tough. Unfortunately, we had lost, or they had come back and tie the game. Tonight, luckily, we were able to get away with the 3 points.
How pleased were you with the first half? Because you guys were possessing most of the ball, really well taken finishes, didn't give up much defensively.
Well, it's tough because it's wet. So we were trying to play the ball to feet, keep possession. But ASC is a very it's a tough team because they're very intense. They have players that are very fit, so that makes it hard for us. You know, every ball they go for 100% hard tackles, so that just makes it hard for us. But I think that it was a half and half. I believe that we had a couple of good chances in the first half. We were able to put away the 2 goals, and that gave us a little bit of calm to finish the first half.
So you mentioned, and obviously I talked about it on the broadcast, you guys, the last 3 games, you've led so many times, you've done so much right, but then at the end of the game, it's all come unravelled. How much of a boost is it for your guys' confidence that you've seen out this one, and got the win?
Well, we needed the win. We needed the 3 points. I believe that losing this game would have been tough for us. I think that would have been the season for us. It's tough, like you said before. We're playing teams that are above us, so that's a positive. Again, it's tough for the boys because they play hard, they play well, but we can't seem to get that third goal. That's costing us. I believe that if we get that third goal in, it just gives us, the patience to finish the games. But that just, you get one in, the other team gets one in, so it kind of puts that pressure on you, and that's what's been happening in the last couple of games.
You guys have these 3 games against the top 3 coming up. What's going to be the key for you guys to get more wins? And ideally, if you get the 9 points, there is a realistic chance you're going to finish top of the table.
Well, the idea is to finish up the games and then be in the top 4 where we go into the playoffs. Obviously, we want to aim to go at first place, but if we can, we looking to at least get a tie because we have 2 away games, 2 in Connecticut, so it's going to be tough because midweek, Wednesday we go to Connecticut, and then Saturday we go to Connecticut again, and we close at home. So we're looking to at least to get a win and a tie out there, and then come back home and finish and close it out.
Fantastic. Well, Coach, congratulations on the victory. Hope you can get dry as a wet one. And good luck on the road. We'll see you soon. Have a good night. All right, guys. Well, that just about does it for us here at St. John's. Osnes holding on to win their first NPSL game since May 4th, and that moves them within touching distance of the table. It's going to be a very interesting final few weeks of regular season. But for now, a big thank you to Osnes FC for bringing Game and Frame down here tonight. Thank you to Benjamin de Brockett for doing great work behind camera. Thank you to Salt Athletic, our sponsor. Thank you to all of you for watching. We're going to have much more coming up on Game Frame. Have a look at what we've got on the screen. We're going to have Long Island Rough Riders on Wednesday. We're going to have the promotion playoff game in the APSL between New York International and Leros on Tuesday night. That's going to be a massive game. Whoever wins that goes into the APSL. And then more NPSL action from the Keystone Conference, Jackson Lions at home on Saturday night. We're going to have a lot more action on the weekend as well. You can see our full schedule by heading to YouTube. Also follow us on Instagram at Game and Frame. But for now, this is Josh Pratt signing off from St. John's. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday nights, everyone.